Good morning, student. I hope all are well. So we completed till here the discovery of the electron, and about this the property of the electron we completed. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. Now the next point, that is a discovery of the proton. Now how this discovery happened, after what thought it happened. So the one of the scientists whose name is Goldstein, one of the scientists, the Goldstein, who thought that if the he thought that particles which is negatively charged is present in atom, but atom is a neutral. So definitely some positive charge also present in it. So what he thought, the presence of the negative charge electron in an atom suggests that it must contain positively charged particle as well. Otherwise an atom would not be electrically neutral. So he thought that okay, now electron is discovered, then definitely the positive charge have to be there. Otherwise how the atom is neutral, as the Dalton told that atom is a neutral. So he thought that definitely some positive charge have to be there. So the positively charged particle were discovered by the Goldstein. Now how he discovered? So let's discuss that point. So here a German scientist, while he was performing an experiment with a discharge tube, fitted a perforated cathode with a small hole to allow passage of positive rays called canal rays. Now what is the meaning of that? The meaning is same, that here that we have done this diagram, through that this diagram we have done that, and through that this is the we can say what is the discharge tube it is. So he used that discharge tube, he used this discharge tube, but instead of the cathode putting here and anode putting here, he just changed the place of the cathode and anode, and he used that cathode as a perforated cathode. Perforated cathode, what is the meaning of perforated cathode? The cathode which is made from a particular metal have a holes, so which means perforated cathode. So he put like this in this discharge tube. Here this is the discharge tube. So the cathode which have a negative charge, and this is the anode which have a positive charge. So this is the way the both here the both are connect with the induction coil. Here this is the way it is called. So this is the way he arranged. So what he tell, while he was performing an experiment with a discharge tube fitted with a perforated cathode, this is the cathode he put like this, with a small hole to allow a passage of the positive rays, which means that as we learn in this discharge tube, we learn that what particular radicals, particular rays are transferring from cathode to anode. That's why that ray is known as a cathode rays. Okay, so definitely the another ray is also coming from the anode to cathode, that he thought. So that is he thought. So anode to cathode something have to be go there. So he thought that let's take anode this direction and allow the rays which is transfer from these holes. So a ray which was just an opposite to the cathode ray in all respect was emitted from the anode. So the canal rays, which means which is going through this holes, canals. So that's why it is known as a canal ray. Also we can say that anode rays. It is also known, well known anode rays. So with emitted from the anode. So it is emitted from the anode. That's why this ray was named the anode ray. And the anode ray consists of the positively charged particle. And now it is called proton. I hope you understand this thing, student, that what exactly discovered and how it is discovered. That this is the tube, and in this discharge tube while the discover of the electron, here the cathode and anode put like this, and here this electric current putting like this, and here this is vacuums. Everything is similar, just they have changed the place and make a cathode like a perforated cathode, which means that they want to why they make this perforated, because they want to find out the particular rays which is coming from. If it is a straight line, if it is coming in a straight line, definitely it will pass through this hole. So they want to find out that thing, that's why they put this hole, and that's why it is known as a perforated cathode. Okay, and then he discovered that yes, particular rays is going from the anode to cathode and transferred through the cathode. So he gave a name that anode rays, and now it is no anode rays or canal rays, and now it is known as a proton, because that rays have a positive charge, and that charged particle, positively charged particle, known as a proton. So now we learn that electron which is a negatively charged, or negatively charged, and the proton which is denoted as a capital P is a positively charged. That you need to learn, student. Electron is a negatively charged and proton which is a positively charged. Okay, I hope you understand the discovery of the proton. Now let's learn the property of the proton. So the first property, the mass of the proton was calculated as being equal to the mass of atom of hydrogen. Just like this, that a mass of the electron has been found to be like this, the mass of the hydrogen. So here the same thing is given, that the mass of the hydrogen and the mass of this proton particle, which is a proton, is a same, and that mass of the atom hydrogen, that is 1.672 into 10 raised to minus 24. That is the mass of a proton. You need to remember what is the mass of a proton. Okay, so here what is given, the mass of, this is the mass of hydrogen atom, and this hydrogen and the mass of the electron has been found to be 1/1837 of the mass of the hydrogen of. So electron mass is negligible, that's why it is a 0 put here. But here the mass of the proton is considered that equal to the mass of atom of hydrogen, which is 1.672 into 10 raised to minus 24. This is the mass of the electron. This is the mass of electron, 9.108 into 10 raised to minus 28 gram. That is the mass of electron, and with that very small it is, so that's why it is negligible. But the mass of the proton is considered as a mass of a hydrogen, which is 1.672 into 10 raised to minus 24. I hope you understand this thing. So the positively charged on proton is equal to the negatively charged on electron, which means that the electron have negative charge, and we learn that charge, that is 1.062 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. C, that is, we can write a capital C only. Coulomb, that is the unit to find out the charge. Okay, C, coulomb, that is unit to find out the charge. Same way here, the negative charge, for negative charge we are putting a negative in front of this value. We are putting negative in front of the value like this. I can I'm telling you, wait a minute. Like this you can write that a charge, the charge on electron, that is minus 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Now this negative symbol is denoted a negative charge, okay, which means this value is not a negative, but this negative symbol is denoted that electron have a negative charge. And for the proton, the charge on proton is denoted plus 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Now this plus is denoted positive charge. Okay, so don't take it negative, don't take it like here it is negative and here it is positive. This negative and positive is denoted that that proton have positive charge and electron have a negative charge. That is the how much charge that is equal, the how much charge that is equal, but that is same. The how much charge is the same, but this symbol of positive and negative, that is denoted the positive charge and negative charge. Okay, so which means that proton is positive and electron is negative. Okay, positive and negative. I hope you understand this point, student. So the for positive charge on the particle is equal to the negative charge on an electron. That's why here that in their textbook there is no negative symbol put, but instead of that they put like that negative charge. Instead of that they wrote a word negative charge 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and here the positive charge on a proton is 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. I hope you understand what I am telling you, student. So somewhere if it is written plus or minus, so don't misunderstand this plus and minus denoting a charge. Okay, in this case electron and proton. So the further experiment proved that all elements are composed of electrons and protons, which means that after discovery of the electron and proton, here the thought is coming that the all the elements are made from atom, and that atom is made from the electron and composed from the electron and proton. So however, no two elements contain the same number of proton in their respective, which means that if we take an example of the hydrogen, or hydrogen have a one electron and one proton, hydrogen have a one electron and one proton. Suppose we will talk about helium. So the helium have a 2 electron and a 2 proton. Okay, so all the elements which you know, all the elements have a different number of electron and different number of proton. No element, no similar element, no other element which have a same number of proton. Okay, same number of protons. So we can say that the helium or hydrogen have a different number of proton. Okay, we will talk about electron later, but I am telling you that if the hydrogen have a 1 proton, then helium have a 2 proton. There is no other element which have a same number of proton present in it. So that is the conclusion coming after discovery of the proton and neutron, proton and electron. So however, no two elements contain the same number of proton in their respective nuclei. In the nuclei, respective nuclei, which means that a center of nuclei, which means center of atom. So this is the atom supposed to, so this is a center, this is the center of atom, which is called as a nuclei. A nucleus also we can speak, nuclei also we can speak, both are same. So this is the center. So the in atom have a particular center where a proton is present, and all the element have a different number of proton present in its nucleus. So for example, atom of hydrogen, helium, lithium, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen contain 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 and 8 proton respectively, which means that hydrogen have a 1 proton, helium have a 2 proton, lithium have a 3, carbon have a 6, nitrogen have a 7 and oxygen have a 8 proton. Okay, I hope you understand this point. So since an atom is electrically neutral, the number of electron in an atom is equal to number of proton. Okay, so what is the, since the atom is electrically neutral, so the number of electron in an atom is equal to the number of proton, as I spoke before. Okay, as I told you that 1 electron and 1 proton, 2 electron, 2 proton. Okay, then lithium have a 3 electron and 3 proton. So equal charge here, the equal positive charge and equal negative charge, so then it become a neutral. Okay, So here it is proven that if the atom is electrically neutral, the number of electron in atom is equal to number of proton in that atom. So the what is the note? Very important note. You just tick mark. The proton are denoted as +1 P1, where the subscript +1 represent one atomic mass unit. AMU, which means atomic mass unit. That is the unit for the mass. And the this is the superscript, which means this. Superscript 1, superscript which means this, which is denoted mass. Okay. So I write here the proton +1 and 1. This is a superscript which is denoted a mass in atomic mass unit. That is a unit for the finding out the atom mass. Okay. And the subscript +1 represent 1 unit positive charge. Here the +1 represent a 1 unit positive charge. Okay. I hope you understand this thing, what is the representation. So whenever it is written P +1 1, so you have to understand this one is given a mass of the particular proton, and this is the charge of the particular proton of the element. Okay. So I hope you understand this thing, student. Very easy one. You just need to remember this charge, mass of the proton, and what is the meaning of this and what is the meaning of this electron. Both the thing you have to understand. Okay. Here that's why in electron here written 0, which means that this is the very small value, very small value. So that's why it is mass is negligible mass, we can say. That's why here it is written 0, and -1, that is denoted that a charge on electron. Okay. So we can say that for electron here 0 for 1 electron, and -1, that is a charge on electron. So this is the way both the species write like this. Okay. I hope you understand this thing. 0 which means mass, which is negligible, and -1, that is charge, and here 1 and +1. I know you have some queries that the proton have a 1 particular mass, like 1.672 into 10 raised to -24, but this is a unit mass. Okay, for the one proton, 1 unit which is considered, that is a 1.672 into 10 raised to -24 gram is equal to 1 atomic mass unit. So that is why here it is written 1 AMU. This is considered as a 1 atomic mass unit. If you still confused in this, you will learn about this in 9th standard later. So if you confused, then don't worry, you will learn about in a higher standard. So don't worry. So just now you just need to remember what is the meaning of this and this. Okay. Now the next point, that is a Thomsan atomic model. Thomsan atomic model, what is that? So now the question arises as how the proton and electron are arranged in atom. So that is the question. After the discovery of that, the how many number of electron and proton are different. So as we learn that the proton have as we learn that a electron, suppose a lithium have a 3 electron and lithium have a 3 proton. So how in atom these 3 electron are arranged? How in atom these 3 electron and proton are arranged? If it is electrically neutral, then this electron and proton, how they are arranged in this atom? So the Thomsan gave his theory to show the how the atom is looked like, and he arranged the electron and proton in atom and show that this is the structure of the atom. So let's see the what is the Thomsan model. The first model for an atom was worked out by J.J.Thomsan, and it is known as a plum pudding model. Now plum pudding model, also it is well known as a watermelon model. Watermelon model. You can write like this, watermelon model. Why it is watermelon model? So it is like if you know the watermelon, So here this, suppose I'll take out a piece of the watermelon like this. This is the watermelon, suppose, and this inner side there is a red part. This is the inner side, there is a red part. So in red part, if you find that a small seeds, black color seeds, if you found, so that black color seeds are negative charge. Negative charge electron, and the red part which is like this, the full red part is a positive charged proton. So he told that. And here same way the plum pudding, I'll send you a video about J.J.Thomsan, a very small video, animated video. I'll send you after this complete my video, so you watch that how it's look like a plum pudding model. So what is the plum pudding? Is like a pudding, if you heard, then it is like just a small cake, and on the small cake there are some dry fruit over it. So the dry fruits are a negative charge electron, and the other thing which is given in this, which are a positive charge. So he thought that atom are like this, that electron are here stick into the atom, and the other part which is a positive charge, which means the red part which is positively charged, and this one is a negatively charged, that he told. Okay, let's see. So according to this model, an atom is a positively charged sphere, which means that this complete sphere which is yellow in color is a positively charged, in which electron are abandoned, just like a seeds of a watermelon. So the watermelon seeds are abandoned into the red part, so are abandoned just like a dry fruit are distributed into the pudding. So as I told, here the dry fruits are distributed over here, and that dry fruits are negative, which is abandoned into the cake, and that cake portion and cake part is a positively charged. So he compared the atom with the plum pudding. And and so many other also other way also, that watermelon also we can compare their atom. So he told like this. So he told that, what he told, according to the model, atom is a positively charged sphere in which electrons are abundant just like a dry fruits are distributed in a pudding, and therefore it is known as a plum pudding model. Since the total positive charge of the atom was equal to the total negative charge of its electron, it's follow that an atom would become negatively charged if it gain electron, which means that, suppose here it is given that the 3 electron and 3 proton are there. So the 3 electron and 3 proton, so here suppose this and this 3 electron are there, and the proton also, the 3 proton are here in this part. Okay, so now if I add one more electron in it, like a 4th electron in it, so then this atom become negative. This atom become negative. Why? Because the proton are 3 and electron are 4. So the more is negative charge, so the atom become more negative. I hope you understand this thing. So what he told that if atom would become negative charge if it gain electron, and positive charge if it lost electron. Now lost electron, which means that here this is the atom, and here there are 3 electron present in it, and that one of this electron I remove, and one of this electron if I remove, then here it remain 2 electron. So 3 positive charge and 2 negative charge. So positive charge is bigger, so that's why this atom remain positive. If the both are same, then it remain neutral, but if the number of proton are more, then the atom have a positive charge more, so that atom have a more positive. And if here the more number of electron are present like this, then the atom become more negative. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. So hence the experiment observe about so the model failed to explain many experiment. Now this model which given by the J.J. Thomsan is discarded. Because why it is discarded? Because not accepted by the other scientists, but because whatever he told about the plum pudding, he compared the atom with the plum pudding, which is not sufficient for the other experiment on atom. So the model failed to explain many experiment observed about atom. So hence the Thomsan model was not accepted. Okay, why it is not accepted, what the thing he put wrong, everything you will learn in a next class in the 9th standard. But right now you just need to know what is the Thomsan model and what he told. That much you need to remember. Okay, so till here we are doing about the discovery of the neutron, about nucleus. I will explain you in a next video.